Hi my friends, Sandra from ForYourChi.com, and this is your weekly tarot and oracle card reading for February 3rd through February 9th, 2020. I want to announce my winner for my monthly forecast on Vimeo, and it is Lauren from Jersey, so congratulations Lauren. And when we did your reading a couple weeks ago, you told me that you are a Scorpio, so get a hold of me and I will be giving you the code for the Scorpio video on Vimeo for my February forecast with my playing cards. Now, if you want to get into the contest and you're not a current subscriber to my channel, click subscribe and then click the bell so you get the notifications when I upload a video, because you won't want to miss one, particularly with what's coming up, with what I have to offer in the weeks and months ahead. And then send me an email at foryourchi@gmail.com and tell me that you're a new subscriber and your zodiac sign, and I'll match up the new subscribers on my end to make sure it went through, and I will put you in the drawing for next month for the March forecast. This should be very interesting to see what's coming up for the March forecast for you guys on those Vimeo monthly readings. Okay, so I need to address something. It's going to take a little while, so bear with me. You're going to be glad that you did. I received at least a dozen messages from you all asking me what in the hell is going on. And that's because of you guys are noticing that there is a alarming increase in violence. Violent deaths. And I'm noticing it too. On Friday, I was going through my news feed just very quickly because I was looking for something that I had seen earlier in the day. And I mean, I'm talking crazy stuff. People killing babies, more than 3 on Friday I saw, and baby animals. Now, we live in a violent society and it feels like it's getting worse. However, it definitely is exacerbated right now. So, of course, I'm looking for answers. I'm looking to the people that practice ancient Vedic astrology, the astrologers, and the Western astrologers to see what they say. So I've watched their forecasts, and here's what they're saying. The Western folks are focused on this Pluto-Saturn alignment right now. And one guy actually calls it and I'm quoting him, a weird, creepy installation where there's a fence and guards around it, and we don't know what's going on in there, and we don't know what's going to happen. Now, the alarming thing that he said is that this transit happened actually weeks ago, and typically when a big transit like that happens, we feel it in the first couple of days or a week. Well, that's over now, so they're kind of, the consensus is, well, you know, why is this continuing to happen? Doesn't really make much sense to them. In addition to that, the Western folks are concerned about Mercury going into Pisces because they feel like that's going to bring additional confusion on top of the craziness that's going on. So in addition to this craziness and violence, we also have this fog where, you know, we can't really see what's going on, what's happening inside of it. So that's concerning. Now, the ancient Vedic folks, they're predicting, they're always focused on the north and south nodes. So one lady is saying that the north and south nodes that are in alignment where they're at right now, along with Mars going into Sagittarius starting February 20th and 21st, they're saying that is the exact same alignment where the north and south nodes are, and this Mars in Sagittarius, as 9/11. As when 9/11 happened. So there's one particular person that is predicting another event like that, unfortunately. Now she is saying that and I've heard this from other ancient Vedic folks, that when Venus goes into Pisces, that's like our savior, because Venus is exalted in Pisces, and she's going to bring in unconditional love and compassion, and so we're going to come together. But she does indicate she feels like, with everything else going on, these north and south nodes, I didn't hear her say anything about Pluto, Saturn, but I'm sure that that is definitely a predicting factor here, that we're going to see more loss. Plus this virus on top of it. Not good. I'm going to talk to you about that in just a minute. All right, now, I'm not here to tell you that the sky is falling. The sky will fall on some people, but it doesn't have to fall on you. And that's the bottom line. I'm not here to say to be negative and that we need to be in fear. We definitely do not need to be in fear. That is the worst thing that you could possibly interject in this situation right now. I'm here to offer remedies to help. We're going to get through this, you and me. I'm still going to be here doing videos. I can guarantee you that. And you're going to be here too. And I'm going to give you tools as to how to do that. Number one, and this is what all the astrologers are saying as collectively as a whole, the Western and the ancient ones. We need to focus on love. Plain and simple. We need to get back to the basics. Do what you love. If you don't love your job, change your job to a job that you love. If you have to stay in a job that you hate, then make sure you insert a hobby that you love. Do who you love. If you need to change a relationship, then change it out. The more that you focus on what you love in your life, the more passion you have for life, and the longer you will stay here. Period. It's that simple. Those are the times that we're in. My teacher has been saying for 11 years now, as long as I've known him, get happy or get the fuck out. So we are in a place of taking back our power. This is the time. This is your time to take back your power. And here are the tools. I'm giving them to you right now. Now, going back to love. If you love someone, if you truly love them, and you're in a fight right now because of your own ego, then it's time to set that ego aside and apologize and make it right. Make amends. Now, I'm not telling you to go back to a shitty relationship. Please don't misunderstand me. If they have treated you badly for years and years and years, and you're just not going to take it anymore, and you know that that's their type of personality, then do not, you cannot go back to that. That's not loving yourself, right? But what I'm saying is, if you've loved a person and they've treated you like they would want to be treated for a very long time, but you've, maybe had some disagreements along the way, or maybe you had a blow up and your ego got involved, then it's time to set that aside, apologize, make it right. That's the bottom line. Okay, so let's go on to the second tool, protection. Are you doing your protection twice a day? If the answer is yes, great. If you don't know how to do the protection, send me a message. Ask me about my protection video. I still have it available. It'll be available for as long as we have a grid. It's not a video to watch every day. It's a video to teach. You can watch it every day, but the point is, it's a teaching video. I want you guys to learn the technique so that you can protect yourself and your loved ones from any harm whatsoever, including car accidents. That's one of the biggest reasons why I did the video in the first place. Now, at the end of the video, there is a very last PowerPoint screen that says part of the protection that you will notice once you're into it is that you will get intuition about what not to do or plans to change. If your gut instinct is saying, do not go to work, or don't send your kids to school, or change the route that you drive, then you have to listen to that. That is part of the protection. That is your guides and your angels following your instructions to protect you. Go with your gut. I don't care what anybody else thinks. It doesn't matter. You're the adult in this situation. You're in control of your own life. You're in control of your children's lives to certain extents. You are the protector. You can make it happen. I've certainly done it many times. Now, I want you to think about, just for a minute, all the people, and you've heard probably the stories. I'm always fascinated with them. The people that did not make it to work that day on 9/11. Their cars were stranded on the side of the road, or they missed their alarm, they overslept, they called in sick, including the people that did not make their airplanes that day. This could be you, or this could be someone that you love because you have called on protection on them and they're across the country or they're across the world. It works the same way. Okay, number 3. I want to address this virus just briefly. I think I'm going to do a separate video that's talking about how to build up your immune system. Because no one that's not a doctor, I'm not a doctor. So anything that you take, you have to run it by your doctor. But sometimes what I found is I take something to my doctor and she's like, well, I don't know what this is. But I don't take medicine anyway, so it doesn't matter. One of the very basic things, now let me back up a minute. You have to remember, and nobody's talking about this, it's flu season in China. China's experiencing winter right now, just like we are here in the States. Northern China is colder than southern China, South China. So they're not getting the vitamin D. Most people know that vitamin D is the biggest prevention from all diseases, including flu. And this virus attacks the lungs just like the flu does. Also, I know it's more harsh than the flu, but if you look up the patents on this virus, they're also talking about RSV. Well, RSV is a very serious lung virus, and it can be very serious in young babies and stuff like that. I know because I had a 4-month-old that had it last year, and we got through it. But the difference between me and someone else was 5 babies got sent to the emergency room that day, and we went home with a nebulizer because of the stuff that I had him on. So when I say that I know how to build up the immune system, it's because I've been in the trenches and I've learned the lessons and I've done it. The very basic thing that you can do, most people don't understand that vitamin D3, an adult requires 2,500 IUs of vitamin D3 every day in order to prevent the flu. Most of us aren't getting 2,500. You have to find a supplement that gives 2,500 IUs. And the recommendation for children, I read this in a health magazine years ago, is 1,500 IUs. And you can find it in a gummy. There's a product called Rainbow Light out there that has a gummy that's very good tasting, 2,500 IUs for adults, 1,500 IUs for children. Now, it's my understanding that you cannot overdose on vitamin D3. My husband had been prescribed by a doctor a product called Pure, it's by Pure, P-U-R-E, vitamin D3 that had 10,000 IUs in one small capsule. So he was taking 10,000 even though the minimum to prevent the flu was 2,500. So that's why I'm just saying that if you take more than 1,500 or 2,500, you're not going to OD on it. So that's a very simple thing that you can do to build up your immune system. The other thing is elderberry syrup. Elderberry syrup is, it's very fanatical right now. Everybody's on it, everybody's taking it. There have been many studies that say that it prevents the flu virus from attacking or attaching to the cells, and that's probably true. Now there's some controversy about, well, you can't give a baby elderberry syrup because it contains honey, and their systems can't, they can't process the honey or the bacteria. And that's probably true. Also, however, my functional medicine doctor prescribed it to my 9-month-old, and they did a test to make sure that his body could handle it, and he did at 9 months old. So I'm not saying that yours will. I'm just saying that, you know, some babies can't tolerate it when they're older. But you need to check. Get a functional medicine doctor and check. Now, if your immune system is compromised, it's going to be more difficult to build up the immune system, but nevertheless, you should do it. If you have allergies, seasonal or otherwise, any kind of allergy is going to compromise your immune system, because the immune system cannot fight off the allergy and the virus. It's very difficult. That's why people with allergies get sick more often. Also, if you've had a vaccine recently, that can also compromise your immune system, because your body is trying to deal with the stuff that it has just been introduced to, and it can't fight off both the virus and the components of the injection, which is why if you have a smart doctor, they will ask you or your child, you know, do you have anything going on right now, a cold or anything, and they will avoid that vaccine until your immune system is not compromised, until you're better. Okay, so I'm thinking about doing a video that will run down my whole supplement list for the winter months that will help you guys deal with all that. But again, do not worry. Once you've prepared, you've got the protection video, you're doing it every day, you're building up your immune system, you're interjecting love, and you will be here to make it through this. All right. That's enough for the 16-minute talk. That went way longer than what I thought it would. The card for Monday, Tuesday, spiritual strength. We are starting this week and it feels challenged already. But the spiritual strength card says that you already have everything within you to overcome the challenge. So do not worry about this. And the oracle card that goes along with this is self-respect. You are setting boundaries. You are required to set boundaries around your life, your parameters, Monday and Tuesday this week. So don't let people walk all over you, and don't let someone take up all of your time. You have your own priorities that you need to get done Monday and Tuesday. Okay, here we go. Wednesday and Thursday, balance is required. Balance. Get enough rest. That's the other thing that can compromise your immune system, by the way. You can take all the supplements in the world that build it up, but if you don't have enough sleep, guess what? Your body's not going to be able to process all of that. You have to have enough sleep in order to build up that immune system. That's huge. And so many of you are not getting enough sleep. You have to figure it out. You have to figure out how you can get more sleep. Go to bed earlier. Put your cell phone in the other room, because the cell phone can constantly wake you up with the electromagnetic impulses that it causes. Okay? Make a commitment to the balance, to getting more rest, or changing the diet or the exercise program. Whatever the balance card is telling you to do that you are out of balance, you'll know. You'll know. If you don't know right now, it's coming. You'll know by Wednesday morning. You'll wake up Wednesday afternoon and go, oh yeah, I need to take out dairy or gluten or whatever it is to bring it back into harmony. Okay, card for the weekend. Fulfillment of wishes. This is the Nine of Cups card in traditional tarot. It says that you are getting everything that you have asked for. Be sure to insert gratitude so that you can receive more. So the weekend looks good, and you're given a confirmation right now. The person that you're asking about is trustworthy, and they're bringing gifts. I love the end to this reading. This is fantastic. You guys have gotten some awesome information contained in this video. And of course, if you would like more, we're doing the extended reading this week. I've got card piles 1, 2, and 3 ready to go for you. So if you would like some additional information of how these new planetary aspects are going to affect you personally, feel free to take part in the extended read. It's only $3.99 on Vimeo, and the Vimeo link will be below this video in the description box. If you're on your phone, just click the down arrow, or if you're on your computer, laptop, or iPad, it's in the Show More section in the description box of this video. This is card spread number 2. And this is card spread number 3. Okay, so if you guys feel guided, I will see you in the extended version. It's hard to believe there's an extended version after 20 minutes of this video. Have a great week, everyone. I'm here if you need me.